What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the vids. Again, thank you so much to everyone that's still doing that. You can also support the channel as well. I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, quick vid this one. Former heavyweight world champion Andy Ruiz Jr. has decided to ditch his trainer Manny Robles. Bit of a surprise, this one, right? You're ditching the trainer that took you to the top of the mountains, the trainer that helped you become the first ever Mexican heavyweight world champion, and ultimately, and this is the big one, right? The trainer that masterminded that victory over Anthony Joshua. One of the biggest upsets that I can ever remember. Must be one of the biggest upsets in the history of the sport. That trainer is now deemed surplus to requirements. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. It's funny because I've always championed that there shouldn't be any loyalty in boxing, right? I've always said that boxers are the ones that go in there and take all the risk. But this, regardless, does seem a bit harsh. It does, especially if it's just boxing reasons. Now, we don't know the reasons. I haven't sent a statement or anything. I don't know the reasons as to why they've decided to part ways. We don't know if it's just a difference of opinions. He wants to try something new. But if it's just down to that performance against AJ in Saudi Arabia, then, I mean, it's a ridiculous reason, right? Because that performance is 99.9% down to Andy Ruiz Jr. That's nothing tactically. That's just a guy that didn't take the rematch seriously. That's a guy that as soon as he stepped on the scales, everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? That's a guy that we know in the lead up to the rematch was partying, was out late, was doing all sorts of things. And then when everyone spoke about it, people were told to shut the fuck up. How can you sack a trainer based on that loss when the loss was 99.9% down to you? Because your little fat fucking self couldn't be bothered to get in the gym and train. Manny Stewart could have been in the corner and he wouldn't have been able to get you to beat Anthony Joshua just because you physically wasn't prepared to beat Anthony Joshua. What you should do really is get in the gym, train your ass off, give him one more chance, and if after that performance it's not good, then yes, by all means, go. But if you're sacking him based on that performance, then it's just ridiculous. It really is just ridiculous. I feel sorry for Manny Robles. I thought he embarrassed him. I thought he actually embarrassed him, honestly. So many people were asking questions, and I was one of those people. I interviewed him sort of pre and post fight about Andy Ruiz Jr.'s shape, and he was very, very nice in his words. And no, we've been in camp, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. When he really could have said, fuck me, look at him. Look at the size of him. We're fucked. So yeah, it's disappointing. Again, look, I've always said loyalty in boxing shouldn't exist. I was one of those people that said AJ should leave Rob McCracken after that loss. So I'm not exactly the person to speak about loyalty, but I mean, in this instance, I just think it's a strange decision. It really is. If Andy Ruiz came in the best possible shape Andy Ruiz could come in, which might be around 255, 260, and AJ was just the better man on the night because tactically AJ's camp got it right, then by all means, scratch him. But if you're coming into camp looking like that, and for some, I don't know, absurd reason, you expect Manny Robles to tactically be able to kind of beat Rob McCracken and that team when you don't come and do your job. So he's done his job, right? He would have watched tapes on AJ, he would have done everything correct, but it takes two. You'd have to do your job as well in order to get the job done. You didn't come and do your job, and all of a sudden, Manny Robles is the one that gets the chop. It's a bit harsh, supposedly, and I don't know, do we believe Twitter rumors? Teddy Atlas is the man to take him forward. That's not going to work out well at all. It's just not. I mean, I like Teddy. I think Teddy is fantastic. He almost comes across as like more a motivational speaker than a trainer. I mean, even though he's obviously a very good trainer, he trains some really good guys, but he comes across as a motivational speaker. Maybe, in fact, you know, in hindsight, maybe that's what Andy Ruiz needs. Maybe Andy Ruiz does need like, I don't know, like a tough guy to kind of make sure this guy is in camp all the time. One thing I will say about Manny Robles is that he's just a nice guy. And maybe Andy Ruiz, who also seems like a nice guy, doesn't need a nice guy around. Maybe he does need an enforcer type. And I think we all know Teddy Atlas can be that. So maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I just hope that this isn't just a flash in the pan with Andy Ruiz Jr. I think he's a fantastic boxer. I mean, let's be honest, look, he came into that fight against, no one talks about this, by the way. He came into that fight against Anthony Joshua, severely overweight, clearly didn't train. And I mean, Does that take any shine away from AJ's performance? Maybe. AJ beat a guy that was 30% of what he can be. That's truth, by the way. So I think if Andy Ruiz Jr. gets into some bloody good shape, he is going to be a threat. I think even AJ, in an interview with IFL TV, said he thinks an in-shape Andy Ruiz Jr. beats Dillian Whyte. I have to agree with him. I really do have to agree with him. I think Andy Ruiz Jr. in shape is a top 5 heavyweight for me. I think he's that good. It's easy to say now, obviously, after we've seen him kind of been brought to the fore with the AJ performance, but he's that good. Can he get in shape? Can Teddy Atlas be the man to do it? Not sure. But what do you guys make of the split between him and Manny Robles? Fair? Not fair? If you're saying fair, then you're harsher than me. And I'm Mr. Unloyal. Well, not in life, but in boxing. Anyway, that's enough. Peace.